Pull my heart out of my chest, train my mind so I forget. Sink your teeth into my bones, dig me out, then fill the hole. Tear me apart, and watch it burn. Tear me apart, and watch it burn. All that's left is a window to my soul. Come and get it. Mouth to mouth, I breathe you in. Swallow down your jagged sin. Let it drown inside my veins. The sweetest poison I could take. You make it an art, the way that you scar with every word. But before we reach the end, strip me down again. Come and get it one more time. Oh, if you wanna lose your mind. Oh, come and get it one more time. Oh, if you wanna lose your mind. Oh, come and get it. Come and get it.
possible.
Pull my heart out of my chest, train my mind so I forget. Sink your teeth into my bones, dig me out, then fill the hole. Tear me apart and watch it burn. Tear me apart and watch it burn. All that's left is a window to my soul. Come and get it.
Hello everybody and welcome to the quarterfinals between ProBUs and Bencho. Thank you very much for the follow, Valan, and welcome to the community. I'm glad to have you. Very sorry for the delay. The teams seem to be having some issues trying to figure out who had the higher seed and stuff like that, but we're good to go now. Welcome everybody. I did not set up a poll. I'm planning on doing more live polls, but we'll figure things out. I'm optimistic. This is the 4-5 match, which is usually the best of the quarterfinals, and this is Division B. Their points were really far apart for being the 4-5 seeds, though, so I'm not sure if this is going to be as evenly matched as is typical, but who knows, we might see something something really cool get pulled out by our underdog, especially considering, like I said, they are very close in seeding. So how's everybody doing today? We're just getting the lobby up and ready to go. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing fairly well. I had a little bit of a rough morning, but things seem to be working out now. I'm got enough salt and water in me. I think I'm good to go. It looks like we're having some issues with the encoder on this stream, so I might need to turn some settings around at a later date, but that shouldn't affect too much for this stream. It's just the encoder. I'm curious, wonder how many fans of both sides we have here. Maybe I should have set up a poll. I feel like I should have set up a poll. Well, looks like we're ready to go. So, time for me to quickly set up a live poll. Winner of... ProBUs Banjo. There we go. Well, it looks like we have 2 probe fans right out of the gate. Let me just make sure the teams know I'm ready. Let them know that I am waiting on them. They are not waiting on me. I'm still kind of new to this. Probably should put my camera somewhere better, because I'm always looking at my second monitor. Maybe I should put it on that one. I don't know, I just can't get a good angle with it on that one. I don't know, I'll play around with it again one of these days. Yeah, go probes. Probes are going to kill it. So far the chat's one side, because there was a chat earlier. Okay, that was one of the people who said go probes. So it definitely seems like... You voted 19 times? Why did you vote 19 times? Anyway, time for us to get into the draft, which it looks like is starting now. That is the wrong scene. That is also the wrong scene. That is the right scene. There we go. So, welcome everybody to ProBUs versus Bancho! As you saw by me accidentally going to the wrong scene a second ago. Aw, thank you, Destro. It is my belief that the team is called... It is my belief that the team called ProBUs will emerge victorious. Very professional. Very, very professional. Anyway, let's quickly go over how we got here. So, this is ProBUs versus Bancho. ProBUs is the higher seed, as was stated before. They decided to go for map pick, surprisingly enough. That does mean that they got the first ban as well. That they banned Infernal Shrines, followed by Arachnophobia. And Bancho banned out Volskaya and Alterac Pass, leading ProBUs to take us to Brax's Holdout. Judging by these bans exclusively, I'm looking to see a lot of brawling from both teams. Bancho probably favors larger maps where they can do a lot of things all at the same time. So it's going to be interesting to see pretty brawly teams going head-to-head. Go Probes plus Ronin. I thought Ronin was on... Wasn't Ronin on Probes last year? No, he was on... I forget what team he was on last... Not last year, last season. I forget what... Yeah, where he was. Yeah, ProBUs freaking won by 95%. 21 votes. And Oh, my word, I missed the fact that you used your bits. I thought you just used channel points. Thank you very much, Majesty 007, for the 170 bits. My word, I'm not covering the draft at all right now. Alright, so, bans so far. Fire and Ice being banned out by Cho'Gall. Bancho, rather, not Cho'Gall. And, Raynor and Chromie being banned out by ProBUs. Johanna pickup, that's... She's not common for Braxis, but she's a solid tank. Brightwing! Death Brightwing! I love Brightwing. I love Brightwing, I love Deathwing, I love Death Brightwing. I am always happy to see a Death Brightwing. Always happy to see a Death Brightwing. Lunara? Lunara into Ari. I don't like the Ari pick here. Ariel really can't keep up with Lunara. It's a lot of damage that's easily mitigatable, but Ariel has a long cooldown on her heal. And even then, it's not always going to be max efficiency. That is all of the bits. For those of you who don't know, that's pretty much $2 that just got thrown at me. And I'm very, very thankful for it. I'm very thankful for it. You're awesome. You deserve the #1 slot on bits. Thank you very much, Majesty 007. Actually, yeah, both sides right now have a butt ton of damage and healers that aren't really capable of keeping up with huge amounts of easily healable damage. Chen, ETC, I do like those bans. Those are both solid bans. Brightwing for the win! Love Brightwing. Brightwing, see Brightwing on Battlefield! Hello, Brightwing! Wait, confused now. Anyway. Orphea, Diablo. Yeah, there's a butt ton of damage coming out here, and I'm just not seeing healing. I mean, Diablo has a butt ton of self-healing. Orphea has self-healing. Double healer comp coming out on the right side. Okay. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a double healer on Braxis. Definitely not... I was going to say as low as this is, but this is B. This is where you normally see some interesting tactics that people have practiced quite a bit. So who's it going to be? Probably Ariel Vala in the top lane? Brightwing can do wonders? You really think Brightwing can keep up to it? Alright, I'll take your word for it. I've not seen Brightwing pull out a whole lot of numbers. And even then, her healing's not focused. It's spread, which leads to a lot of overhealing and thus a lot of wasted healing. Same thing with Ariel. But there's a ton of self-healing on that left side there. There we go. Anyway, I was getting used to my hotkeys. But yeah, no, the right side's definitely going to be able to keep up. Both sides, actually, are definitely going to be able to keep up. I don't know if the right side is going to have the survivability, though. Orphea has a ton of burst, and combined with a Deathwing... Hey, how's it going, Lulu? Welcome to the chat. Chat's definitely one-sided here. Chat is, like, beyond one-sided right now. It's probe. I don't even know who the 5% who voted for either what they even voted for. I don't even know if they're just neutral or if they actually went for the other team. Either way, it is definitely a one-sided level 13 Dust Talent plus C. It is a pretty much full heal, but it's still... I don't know. Maybe I'm too out of date. Either way, we have a game to spectate, and we will find out momentarily. So, we have the Juggler on Lunara bouncing around the arena. Sage on... words. Fail me. I forget. What? I was going to say, that's not Brightwing. RB on Brightwing, 8-bit on Diablo, Sage on Orphea, and Blue Oyster on the Dragon of Death for ProBUs. Meanwhile, we have Skeeve 13 on Johanna, Bluestein V2 on Anduin, bringing the light, Ronin on Jaina, freezing the battlefield, and as I thought, Quinal on Vala, and Shusi on Ariel. That's going to be a lot of damage. I don't know if Deathwing's going to be able to keep up, honestly. Control 1. There it is. What talent did he go for the level 1? That's going to really affect Dragon Soul. Yeah, no, he's not going to be able to keep up, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to keep up with all that poke. That's going to be a really tough win in the top lane. But to be fair, this bottom lane should be a relative smash. Bancho never lets me captain their team. Pretty rude. That's a fair reason not to vote for him. Looks like both teams are... Oh no, only the left team is going for the camp right now. What else did I miss? RB will heal the other team to death. Bancho. Yeah, no, it's definitely a one-sided chat. I think I've met pretty much all of these players before. They're all very solid players. Oh, Jaina getting completely bursted there. No pull from Bluestein. To be fair, he wasn't in a great place to pull, but... Oh my word! Look at all of this aggression in this bot lane. Yeah, no, there's no way that's going to kill Joe. Top lane, the aggression is countering in top lane. So this is just going to be a base race, it looks like. Things may change eventually, but right now it looks like a pure base race. I do love Dragon Soul, but I don't see it dealing with all that poke. I forget what the talent is, but the talent that makes you heal when you're above a certain armor plate is really good at dealing with poke. I don't think Ronin is going to be able to get out. Oh, no, he is. Barely, but he is. And obviously Johanna is going to be able to get out of that. You can't trap a Johanna. She's Johanna. Both front walls are down. Yeah, look at Blue Oyster just being burned with the poke. He's not going to be able to keep up with this, and he doesn't have the anti-siege to really deal with this. If Quinal keeps taking tower shots like that, that'll give him an opening. But aside from that, he's going to be having some serious trouble. Bot lane they got anti-siege with Jaina. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. Lunara's siege is nothing to scoff at, especially as the game progresses. This is going to be a pure base race, I think, and judging by pure siege numbers, I'm probably going to say that it is definitely in the favor of our left team here. Either way, it's going to be a very interesting base race, to say the least. Might see an invade here, or are they just feigning it? I can't tell. Looks like they're just feigning it, trying to get people out of the lane. Not a bad plan. Not a bad plan at all. My dog just got trapped in my room. Lots of damage going out on 8-bit there. Does get healed up with the Brightwing Z. That's going to be on cooldown for a little while, though. Oh, I didn't even see that. The top fort did go down. Like I said, that anti-siege is just not there, which is going to put them in a really awkward position, especially with that fort being down. That's going to be constant... near constant catapult pressure coming in through that top lane. 8-bit's already down to about half health. Brightwing's Z should be on cooldown. Unless she did take Hyper Shift. She's not been in minion waves, though, so I think it's still on CD. Nope, nope, there it is. So it does look like we're going for a very Z-focused build, which you normally see on larger maps, but I definitely like here. Lots of damage coming out onto the Johanna. She should just be able to walk out of that. The best fake out is the one that makes the caster question what's happening. Oh, Jaina did go down there. Look, taking the opportunity to read chat, and I'm losing things. Oh, and Johanna's gonna go down here. Don't even get a chance to respond to that. It really could have gone either way. I think it depends. Yeah, no, there she goes. Yeah, no, it definitely could have gone either way. I think it depends a lot on whether or not they found an opening, or if they were found, and they were found almost immediately. Either way, it was a solid move. They are going to probably steal it now, though. No, they're going up to try and fight the top lane here. And Deathwing was able to hold his own long enough to lead to a double kill. And that giant dragon does not let anyone walk past. That was quite entertaining to watch. Surprised you managed to get as far through there as possible. I thought Deathwing blocked that entirely. Love, 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 love seeing tanks in bushes. Now, it is an 100 to 18 wave coming from the bot lane, and that camp should make this wave virtually useless. So this is a huge amount of siege damage coming down. This is pretty much a guaranteed keep death, unless they can figure out how to get an opening, which is going to take a lot of work. Weird take. Offlaner that she can't help. I actually kind of like it. I didn't like it at first, but I do kind of like it into the team comp that ended up being here. Sushi manages to get out with a pull. Lots of people dropping very quickly. That Lunara poison just completely overwhelming both healers. Johanna's dropping very quickly, but the wave is getting cleaned up just as fast. That was a solid fight, a very solid fight, and doesn't... Oh no, Sage makes it out. Diablo goes very deep in, though. I don't know if he's going to make it out. The spell armor does manage to save him a bit of health, but he is getting slowed down again. There's a cleanse, no, and Diablo goes down to try and save Sage, who was out anyway. Heals only go to 8-bit. That is fair. Now, I am curious to see how they play this. They are tied for forts, but not tied for structures. This puts them in a really favorable position, that being the blue team. Though the orange team is playing very aggressive, even though they are behind right now. Orphea is a very good Z target, because she can just get out of trouble, and then you can Z to her, no problem. And I'm guessing he went blink heal. Yeah, so he can go in and out. Heal the tank, and then jump out to Orphea pretty easy. Lots of siege damage coming out. Not a lot of hero damage, though. Those pokes are just meaning that the towers are going to start focusing them instead. That is a front wall in this bot lane, but what did they lose for it? Another front wall. Unfortunately, the orange team can only seem to trade, while the blue team is managing to pull out small victories. If this pace keeps going in the way that it is, then there is very little question how this is going to play out. Somehow, the orange team has to figure out how to break this rhythm. They've got to pull out a win and stop trading for every victory they can get. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough. Looks like both teams... Potentially, it's hard to know where Deathwing's going. It looks like both teams are... yeah, he went top. Are positioning for the upcoming objective, trying to split their focus. Diablo just kind of scouting around, getting information. There's the bottom in favor of the blue team. They are about to have 13s over their opponent. That should get them about half this objective, potentially. No, Orphea's a good C target. Yeah, can be very aggressive. Yep, yep. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Ektar. Oh, Sage is very far out of position here, losing a little bit of health, but does get Z'd to, as we were just talking about. And there goes Johanna and Vala. Ronan not far behind, dropping a Blizzard to try and get a little bit of extra damage out. But those 13s, they did some work, and we're about to see a boss. Oh, we do see a pause instead. But it does look like we're about to see a boss objective play. Which is, that's game. Like, boss objective plays. I've seen that push pure health, like, 100% health lanes that are pushed up against the enemy all the way to core and win. It is never fun. And it's going the same way as the wave. So if they can capture that top point and, get boss and objective at the same time, it's going to take a minor miracle for Bancho to stay in this. Which is unfortunate. I never like being on the receiving end of that. It's always brutal. Sage! 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 Dun 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 dun! I forget to clip that hotkey. Can someone clip that? I like that. It does look like this pause was a tactical regroup, which is something that I've wanted to do, but my team told me that that was a bad idea in case we had a DC. But, I mean, if you actually look at the rules, you're allowed some 10 minutes per team. And I kind of consider it a waste never pausing, because you can really use that 10 minutes pause to regroup, kind of get information and try and throw people off their rhythm. I don't think this is a good time for it, but we shall see. Vala was doing task or invented it, killed Vala and vented out, hell yeah. That boss dropping very quickly, even though Blue Oyster deals half damage to it, is the focus of the boss. Losing a lot of health there. That top lane is all pushed up, but the boss, yeah, boss is going top lane, just like I thought. This wave is basically useless with that boss and objective, but the right team did manage to sneak out the bottom point, meaning that this is not going to be a boss objective play. In fact, they may get the objective. No, they're not going to get the objective. Just finished the game out with bot. Does it have... I guess it doesn't have a front wall. It'd be risky. The boss wouldn't take the full top lane. It would take a lot, but I don't know if it's worth a potential team wipe to let the boss push uncontested. It would be a tough play. They could do it. It would just be a tough play. I kind of agree with them playing smart here. They're only one level shy of 16s, and if they can have another tier-up fight, they could probably close out this game with very little contest, honestly. Those waves, man. Just blowing up those waves. Rules say you can only pause for a tech issue. When did they change that? Because when I was captaining, I made sure to check that the rules didn't say anything about that. So I must have changed that at some point. Blue team did manage... It said they destroyed a fort. Oh yeah, there it is, top lane. For some reason I confused which side was blue team. But the fort does go down in favor of blue team. There's a camp being picked up here. Don't think the right team's going to sniff it out in time. They didn't. Almost went in as soon as the camp was caught. Light Bomb comes out, not finding anyone. Ring of Frost only finding the Diablo, who can't really be followed up. Massive Cataclysm. Lunara trying desperately to stay alive. The Z saves her. Ronan dropping very quickly in the front line, trading with Sage in the back line. Bluestein trying to stay alive, but the conflagration is just annihilating him and Sushi together. Vala did go down in the fight. Skeeve is down as well, and that is a 1-4-3 trade. Yeah, it does say teams can pause for DC and technical issues. Should probably expand that some. Yeah, that's something I should probably talk with the rules committee about, because the wording on that's a little loose. If the wording is exactly the same, because I interpreted that as just examples, not those are the only reasons. But anyway, we do see a double camp and a wave top lane. As soon as that wave arrives, a lot of things were just burned on that camp. Not huge cooldowns, but decent cooldowns. Blue Oyster trying to zone, successfully zoning. Ronin dropping very quickly, polymorph, and dead. Conflagration on Skeeve, slowly damaging the entire team. There's just a whole lot of spread damage that Anduin can't keep up. Anduin can't keep up with the spread damage, and people are too spread out for Sushi to keep up. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Sushi is now the victim of Conflagration. They keep getting close to each other with Conflagration active, which does make sense for an Ahri healer, but it's very risky. This is a big wave on core. This is going to take a lot of work. Jaws whiffing thanks to the ult, though she does go down anyway. Blue Oyster is dropping ridiculously quickly, but manages to walk out. Light Bomb to try and keep Johanna alive, but it's not enough as Lunar finishes the job. And the core is dropping faster than I can count. That's GG's Game 1 in favor of ProBUs. Solid numbers, honestly. I'm not a huge fan of Anduin Ahri, now that I'm looking at it. I feel like that's not your best combo for a double healer. I mean, Ahri had Anduin actually outdamaged Ahri. You really have to have a healer that can dish out damage and healing in order to do the double healer thing. Either that or have someone who can completely negate burst like a Uther, and someone who can completely negate sustain like a Right Wing or something like that. Or Stukov. Trying to go for a domination. Majesty 007 wants a game 3. I'm down either way. That was a solid game 1. ProBUs just had too much momentum. Anduin and Uther! For the light! But yeah, there was just too much momentum. Oh yeah, stun root, stun root, stun. Looks like we're already... We already have a lobby. What? No! I was not involved in this! Okay, Ban chose the map. Okay. I definitely feel like this will play better to their strengths after watching Game 1. Yeah, CC Chain and Anduin's pretty solid at negating Sustain, and Uther completely negates Burst. The teams are trying to confuse me, and I'm already confused! They're being mean! Mom! Someone ban them, they're being mean to the caster. I'm joking, please do not ban the teams. They're both solid. It's all in good fun. Yeah, Ektar knows what he's talking about. I think I already said that, but it's worth saying again. It is funny that it's a paladin and a priest with a sword, which, as my cousin is quick to point out, is basically a paladin. He keeps calling Anduin a paladin. Anduin's a freaking priest. I'm sorry, he's a priest. He plays like a priest in HOTS, he behaves like a priest, he's definitely a priest. Anyway, on to the draft! While the draft is getting warmed up, let's figure out how we got here. So, ProBUs has the better seed, which means they decided to pick map, pick... The lobby died. Okay, I'll still continue. ProBUs had the better seed, so they decided to go for map pick, and won Brax's Holdout after banning Infernal Shrines and Arachnophobia. Bansho was forced into first pick, decided to ban out Valskaya and Alterac Pass, and after losing game 1, decided to take us to Towers of Doom. This is going to be an interesting game, too. Like I said, I think priests can't even wield swords. I know they can't! They also can't wield bows, but Tyranda's a thing! How do you freaking explain Tyrande? NPCs get to break the rules, okay? That's just the rules. Besides, Anduin doesn't usually use his sword. I guess he did get it all bloody before facing Sylvanas. Maybe he did. I don't know. We never see him use his sword. That's my point. He casts. That's what he does. He's a priest. A priest, I tell you. A priest! Alright, I think we're good. I'm not sure. I hope we're good. R. I'm still R. I've never not been R. You broke my rhythm! I don't know what to say! I don't know what to talk about! I can't talk about the last game! I can't talk about the next game! How dare you have technical difficulties! You are making my life more difficult! Alright, looks like we're good to go. That was not a good sound. We're still having more technical okay. Looks like we're good to go. I have faith! I have faith! Alright, so... Blue team is our first pick. I think that's what they messed up. Because I think, for some reason, the right team had the first ban. Either way, I'm expecting to see double soakers banned or picked pretty heavy. So we're looking at Zool... Ooh, Abathur! Does Bancho play Abby? I mean, this isn't a bad Abathur map, but you don't usually ban it unless you know for a fact that people play it. Skill floor for Abathur is like basically the skill ceiling of several other characters. Several other difficult characters. Especially because you kind of have to know how to play a bunch of different characters to play Abathur well. Lunara? Lunara? The target bans? That's a target ban. Lunar is strong on this map, but she's not, like, ban-worthy on this map. I guess maybe she is. Vision control. She brings so much vision control. And it definitely helped them out the last game. Even when with the Wisps dying pretty quick. I'm curious what this ban's gonna be. Okay, I feel like these are all target bans. Someone will have to tell me. I did not do any research on these teams beforehand. I picked it up about 2 hours before the cast and spent the first hour making sure that I wouldn't die on camera. I'm curious what this will be. Is this going to be another target? If so, no. Maybe. That's either a target or a meta. From what I understand, Mei is middle-of-the-road tank. So I'm guessing it's more of a target than anything else, especially since it was banned in the last game. But who knows? And I'm actually asking, who knows? Li Ming! Solid amount of poking. Those orbs can hit pretty much the entire channel area with one cast. So that's one spell to poke out. Sylvanas and Varian. Looks like right team is ready to go face the Legion. I'm curious if this is going to be a taunt Varian, or if they're going to go something without CC. I'm a big fan of taunt Varian in pretty much any place you put him. I feel like he is the best Varian, just because of the massive setup that taunt brings. But I can see an argument. Brightwing! Brightwing! I love Brightwing. Brightwing's the best. She is so freaking cute. I wish I was better with her. If I was better with her, I could play her more. I play pretty much exclusively Z build or Bribe Q, which I'm pretty sure are her only two builds, to be fair. But yeah. Can't see the draft? You should be able to see the draft. Let me check. Yeah, no, you should be able to see the draft. Can anybody else not see the draft? If you can't see the draft, let me know. Because you should be able to. Anyway, there is a double soaker banned out, as well as Tyrande. I thought you guys were saying that RB's signature hero was Brightwing, or at least that he was scary with Brightwing. And win Tassadar. I like this combo. That's a lot of CC. That's an absolute butt ton of CC. As well as quite a bit of wave clear and quite a bit of siege. I'm curious what they're going to pick here. They can pretty much pick anything. Sonya and Greymane. That's a lot of siege on the left side, too. Orbeez game? What do you mean an Orbeez game? Okay, Majesty's 007 can see. Probably just to refresh your page, Papa. Okay, first thing I notice here, right side can double soak and hard push. That's going to put a lot of pressure on ProBUs unless they can deal with it. Sonya can kind of double soak, but cannot compete with Azul. Cannot compete with Azul at all. So Azul will be able to disrupt her rotations, harass the ever-living crap out of her. Like, yeah, no, she cannot keep up. And with a Sylvanas Tassadar, that's going to be a butt ton of siege in the bottom lane. Especially with camps and stuff like that, which they're going to be able to blow apart, no questions asked. Is going to be a high-pressure game for the left team. Okay, inside joke. I'm glad it's an inside joke. I felt like I was missing something. Anyway, missing something or not, we have a game to cast. So, welcome to Game 2, ProBUs versus Bancho. We have 8-Bit on Dibbles, the Juggler throwing orbs, Arby's on the adorable Brightwing, Blue Oyster on, Sonya. Sorry, no, Blue Oyster is on Greymane, Sage is on, Sonya. For ProBUs. And for Bancho, we have Ronin on Zul, sensing death. Quinal on Tassadar, being an airplane. Skeeve on Varian, who's not a hero yet. Who'd I miss? Sushi on Sylvanas. And Bluestein on Anduin. Anyway, probes are just going to delete them for free. If they play it well. Yeah, maybe. Good luck with Varian's self-root into Ming Greymane. Taunt doesn't self-root him. You can move while Taunt. What do you mean Varian self-root? I can't think of anything that Varian does that's self-root. Tassadar self-roots, and that's going to cause a lot of issues. Sushi dropping very quickly, and first blood for the left team. Not going to be able to take advantage of those Ming resets, but it does look like they're going to steal this camp right out of the gate, or maybe I spoke too soon, as Quinal is dropping very quickly, almost hit with those missiles from the Fog of War. Blue Oyster doesn't have a huge amount of health either. There comes the Brightwing Z. She is not in wave to be able to take advantage of this. Zul does come in. This camp is being fought for heavily. Zul can already double soak, and Sonya cannot. She's going to be late to this fight, and fight does go in favor of the right team. Zul does need to get back to soaking, but we're already seeing the benefit of the pressure that the right team can bring. Even with one player down, they were still able to pull out a win on the team fight just because Zul can show up and Sonya really can't. It does look like this camp is going to be annihilated pretty quickly. You charge, reposition, and then taunt. That's usually how it goes. Yeah, he's repositioning after each charge. Oh no, we might... Okay, he did go taunt. I don't know, I feel confident that he'll be able to pull it off. It's not really a self-root. You can move after the charge, and you have time to move before the taunt. Camp does get stolen, Sage trying to come down to counter it. There goes the taunt on Sage. That is another thing to account for. The taunt can ruin Sage's spin to win. Which, did she go spin to win build? She is going spin to win build. So that is going to be very stressful and pretty much risk-free for him to taunt her on the front line there. Altars are coming up, but that camp needs to be cleared. Already is cleared, never mind. We're going to see the poke. There's the poke on the bottom altar. Both offlaners trading the top. This fight could really go either way here. Anduin dropping fairly quickly, but still able to heal. Blue Oyster losing quite a bit of health. Bluestein dropping very quickly without the mobility to get out. That is Anduin's biggest weakness. And the left team is definitely able to punish it quite a bit. Fair bit of aggression coming out onto Quinal. The cleanse being able to save his life, as well as the taunt on Greymane, making sure no hits go towards Quinal's face. Very, very fragile face. What are the timings on this camp? That's 10 seconds on the right camp and full minute on the left. It looks like we might have another fight for the right camp here. Sevens are in favor, and no, we're instead seeing a full Zul gank in this top lane. Ronan not going to be able to survive that, not by a long shot, but they are trading a gank for a tower, it looks like, potentially more. Depends on if they're able to get out of this in time. Looks like they are. Oh, Skeev is not in a very good place here. Pool does save him. And when saving his father, and 8-bit going down instead. This right camp should be picked up pretty quickly. Zul is able to get back in lane. All that Zul kill did was equalize the XP and lose them a tower. Ultimately, not a favorable scenario, especially considering Dibbles went down as well, and this camp should be up soon. Dibbles will be up in time to contest it, though. There goes the root on the Greymane, not really able to follow up as it is under the towers. Two major roots are very delayed on the right team. That is going to cause quite a bit of issues for the setup and follow-up, unless Skeev can keep them in position long enough for the root to take effect. But even then, there's just too many ways for it to be shut down. Channel is coming out right out of the gate, very harassing the backline here. There goes the charge reposition I was talking about before. He is charged straight into the wall, though. Sage losing a fair bit of health there, though. Skeev losing more, though. Ronan losing even more, as the Lich was just about to go down. Abilities are getting thrown. It does look like this objective is going left side, too. But the right team still wants to fight it. Greymane going down, possibly trading for Quinal. No, Quinal stays alive. Sage is dropping very quickly. Quinal is manages to get the snipe without an ounce of health to call his own. Unfortunately, the channel did go in favor, so even though the fight was a victory for the right team, they still lost the objective. If they can't win these fights and the objective at the same time, it is going to be a very, very difficult matchup for Bancho to keep up with. They can keep up the pressure, they can win these fights, but they can't get the objective channels, and that is not going to make this an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. A little bit of extra siege damage. And here comes more of the pressure that I was talking about. This is a huge amount of pressure in the top and mid lane, all while the bottom lane is getting pushed up because they don't have the numbers. They've got to either keep that Zul dead, keep that Zul afraid, or somehow answer this pressure. I say that even though right now they are ahead, because ahead doesn't mean anything on this map. It can turn on a dime, especially if they can keep and control that bottom lane. Looks like we might be seeing a potential gank here. No, both teams are just setting up for the objective a little early. They are losing some soak top lane, but that doesn't matter too much, especially since they are positioned early for the objective. Probably could have caught Zonia in that rotation, but they want the camp instead. Honestly, I think that is a fair call. Both teams just trying to control vision right now. Poking starting. No one really wanting to start the fight right now. Quinal is able to poke that, getting a fair bit of damage onto Blue Oyster there. Neither team really engaging here. This is definitely anyone's engaged still. Ronan losing a bit of health. Mind Control going out and missing on Sage. There goes the flip on Ronan. Ronan is able to stay alive quite a bit. There goes the Poison Nova. Lots of damage coming out. RB trying to stay in the fight. Ronan dropping. Sage dropping as well. Sage is not able to stay up. That's a 1-for-1. Health is about the same. Light Bomb getting used on Bluestein, putting him out of position. Both healers go down. This is still anyone's fight, as it's now a 2-for-2 trade. Sushi losing a lot of health. The taunt saving Sushi. Not enough, though. Question is, can Blue Oyster get traded for? And it doesn't look like he can, as he is about to go down. No. It does look like this is another blue objective. Quinal not able to get the poke. At this point, they need to keep that pressure up. If they can't keep that pressure up, they aren't going to get this bottom structure, and that's going to be game. going straight back into their pressure rotation. Zul already creating quite a bit of pressure in the top lane and going for this camp. I don't think that was telegraphed at all. Does not look like Sage knows. She knows, he knows? They know that Zul is missing. But that could mean any number of things, especially with how aggressive this bottom lane is positioned. But instead, he picks up this camp. Hopefully he can kill those towers before the camps do, otherwise they will lose their charges. Speaking of camps, this bottom camp needs to be cleared, or that's going to be quite a bit of structure damage for the other team. I am curious about this mind control choice. There's a lot of CC on the right team, yes, but I don't know if it's enough for mind control to land, and I definitely don't think it's enough for mind control to lead to a kill. Does look like we're about to see another gank on Zul. Question is, can he walk out of this? He pops his own cleanse, losing about half his health. There's the taunt onto Brightwing, and the mind control leading to a kill, as I wasn't sure it would. Ronan trying to stay alive, the Poison Nova dealing a lot of damage. He popped his Bone Shield. Pretty much everybody going down, Ronan going down, and so did Greymane. 8-Bit trying to stay alive with basically no health. That is a 1-for-2 trade, leading to a potential double altar phase for the right team, especially with 8-Bit not having a whole lot of health and walking straight into a bush that he thought was safe. Unfortunately, face-checking a taunt variant is not really an option. And there goes the second altar and the third altar for the right team. That mind control definitely did lead to the Brightwing kill and potentially that win of that fight win. But the question is that able to consistently lead to fight wins and kills? If not, Wailing Arrow definitely would have been the better option. But if they can consistently land it and consistently cause problems with it, it's going to be a stressful game. I'm sure it's already a stressful game for ProBUs. I mean, just look at this map. Look at how much pressure is being generated against them. Another camp coming in the bot lane. And Zul coming in to help it. Sonya needs to clear that mid lane. Those skeletons... Yeah, no, it's... 5v4 fight. Sonya coming in, giving up the XP in the middle lane. They are tied for XP, to be fair. The tower almost goes down. It's going to take maybe another poke, and the bottom tower... does go down, meaning that we're likely going to see a lot more aggression from the right team as they are now forcing their opponent through a choke point to get to this bottom area. They're able to control vision, they're able to control information, they're able to do a whole lot, including engage on this. Mind control did go out. I don't think it hit anyone. Lots of damage coming out. Bluestein has basically no health and does go down, meaning Li Ming does get her resets. Quinol losing a lot of health, but does pop the shift to get out. Varian also not having a whole lot of health. And does manage to get out as well. Sushi able to tank. Oh, poke over the wall coming from Blue Oyster. Meaning that is a lot of death for the right team. They may be able to get a triple altar here. Zul very much in a risky position. This is not going to be a favorable thing for him unless he can get out. 8-Bit sees him, but is not able to set up properly, especially since he doesn't have the follow-up on his side. That's a 1-for-1 trade on the altars. Meanwhile, there's a channel coming from Blue Oyster here. Mind control onto Sage, interrupting the spin to win. Sage about half health right now. Wall keeping the disengage at bay. Look at this. This is how much value that bottom tower brings. Things are close, and it was a 2-for-1 altar trade. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to keep this bottom tower. But instead, Zul is harassing this top one. And Zul has more than a little bit of siege under his belt, especially with jailers. That's about half health there, and a team rotating up. This is potentially a kill on Sage if she does not see what's going on. Does not seem like she does. It looks like this might be instead a team fight. Both teams are at 16, though. So it'll be a pretty even team fight, and kind of over nothing, honestly. Sage is out of position, though, here. The Z coming in to try and save her life. There goes the Poison Nova. Instead of saving her life, RB does go down, and it looks like Sage does the same. That is a 2-for-0 kill, trading only the camp in the bot lane. This might be the bot tower for the left team, but they are instead disengaging as this is not a favorable fight. Hopefully this camp can be cleared, otherwise Ban Cho loses a very key position on the map, and it does get stopped. This double alter phase could be very beneficial, especially if they are able to kill that bottom bell. I need to drink some water. 8-bit isolated by the wall. Here comes the taunt, dropping to already half health. Mind control keeping him in place. There was nothing he could do there. Ronan losing half his health, though. That armor being decreased really is not a fun situation. They can't get the bell, but they can get the double channel, closing the gap even more, and yeah, actually taking the lead. This is a neck-and-neck game, too. Still anyone's game. I still personally think it favors Ban Cho, but we will have to see how things go from here on out. As we're approaching 20s, the room for error is decreasing. Blue Oyster is isolated quite a bit. There goes the taunt and the health healing decrease. Unstoppable saving his life, and the Z securing him even more so. This pressure is going to secure the top bell tower pretty much uncontested. Especially, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was going to dismount her. I thought he had it. I thought he had it. You gotta hate that. That's freaking... How much health does that have? I'm not sure. Anyway, we do have a fight coming out in the bot lane. Skeeve is isolated, but not enough. He goes back in, Light Bomb dropping on him, as well as the Mind Control. Lots of damage. Zul coming out to make this an unfair fight, and Blue Oyster does go down. 8-bit and RB losing a lot of health. Juggler trying to poke and stay alive. Sage joins the fight too late to help. And there goes Diablo, Sage going back to soaking lanes. And this is the bottom bell tower for Ban Cho. Again, this is a very key position on this map. That CC train. Yeah, she's consistently landing the mind control. She only missed that first one. So as much as I hate the ultimate mind control, it's playing pretty well for them. Does look like Zul is going to try and get the poke. And he does, but it's going to cost him his life. Probably not. Sage does break the root. However, this is a 6-shot to core with 20's advantage for Ban Cho. 18-9. This is 2 channels is all it will take for Ban Cho to pull out this game. Whereas it will take 9 channels, assuming they get no bell towers back, for left team to close out this game. Like I said, you can't tell much by the early stages of this map. It can turn on a dime. Even if they recapture that top tower, it's not going to be enough. I think it's still... Yeah, no, it's still 2, even if they lose one of the towers. There goes the taunt. Greymane losing a ton of health, managing to stay alive with the Z. Right team disengaging a little bit as they burned a lot of resources there. Bell Tower losing quite a bit of health, but Sage losing more health as Sage goes down, and we are now in bombardment phase as Zul sneaked in the middle bell. Taunt onto Blue Oyster. Blue Oyster goes in, removing the light bomb from existence, but costing him his life. Zul has joined the fray, causing a lot of poison to ruin everybody's day. Mind control ruining more people's day, and the bombardment does secure the game. Yes, you did, Colonel Pants. There's pretty much no... It's going to take a minor miracle at this point for ProBUs to stop the bombardment phase and get back in this game. And the GGs are being called. And the last bombardment shot! Onto the core! GG's for Bancho! So far, it seems like map pick is the winning move in this game. Oh, I forgot to set up a poll. Crap. I'm sorry, guys. I meant to set up a poll. I'll have to do it for Game 3. Actually, I can do it right now while things are loading. Probe for life. Then show. Baby Gull. I think I misspelled Gull. Whatever. For stats. There we go. Let's start up the Game 3 poll. Go ahead and vote. Yeah, Bancho and Kazooie. That's probably what I should have put instead of Bancho and maybe Gull. I just usually use Bancho and Kazooie. This is not my first time casting Bancho. That was a really close game. Like, disgustingly close. I'm glad I called it, though, and called how it was going to play out. I'm guessing the poll for Game 3 is going to end up pretty close to the poll for Game 1. We're going to have another 95-5. Probably. But the observers do not call the victor! The teams do. This has definitely been a solid cast. Like, I mean, looking at the points ahead of time, I was kind of like, is it really a 4 to 5 seed? It's a 4 to 5 seed. It's a 4 to 5 seed match. Whoever wins this, by the way, does go against the 1 seed match, in case you haven't looked at the how the tournaments are laid out. So it's... This is, as close as this is more or less a warm-up for the next game. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very tough. And if they're having a hard time winning here, pretty much either team is gonna have a serious struggle against the 1 seed. That's gonna be a fun match to watch. I always like 4 to 5 matchups. They're like one of my favorites to cast. The only other thing I like to cast more is Grand Finals. Finals and Grand Finals. Oh, really? Okay. I guess it makes sense. Where is it? There it is. Curious what the poll's gonna come out. Poll's almost done! Poll's almost done! By the time you guys hear me talking about this, you already know the results. And Probe wins! Probe wins with 99 this time. Holy crap! Thank you again, Majesty 007, for throwing more bits at the poll. And Ektar, thank you very much for contributing your channel points. I know I don't have a whole lot for channel points to be used on, but even still, thank you. Thank you very much. What FF is in this context. Anyway, we have a draft to watch. battlefield of eternity. No, sorry, Papa, I messed up. I'm sorry, I messed up. Anyway, let's quickly figure out how we got here with the Lunara instant ban. So as you can see, ProBUs is the better seed. They decided to go for map pick game 1, which led to them winning. They banned out Infernal Shrines and Arachnophobia. Bancho decided that they didn't want to go to the Foundry, nor did they want to go to the Alterac, neither the future nor the past. Then game 2 decided to take us to Towers of Doom. Ah, forfeit. Thank you. Thank you very much. No, they did not forfeit. I messed up the thing. It's still going on. And where was I? Right, yes. ProBUs then decided to take us to the battlefield of eternity. So, Lunara, Vala, pretty standard bans so far. May, same as last game. Artanis, Greymane, Varian. They like Greymane. So I don't think they're going to ban Greymane. Maybe the Varian? Get rid of the Twin Blade race? Or Artanis? This is really Artanis' only strong map. Varian. This is going to be close. This is a map that both their playstyles can really play into. It's a much more brawly map than I'm sure Bancho wants. They definitely seem to be a macro-focused map, but you can win this map without brawling. You can definitely win this map without brawling. Especially if you pull out the early win. Diablo pickup here. Lots of walls to be slammed into. And they know for a fact that ProBUs would pick it. Hot take, Lunara is useless, more useless than, No! No, she's not useless. I know you haven't seen Game 1 or Game 2, but Game 1, she did work. Serious work. Like, I'd argue she was part of the way that ProBUs won Game 1. Like, legit, she did work. That vision control, the poison, like, she did some serious work. Anyway, a Ming Muradin pickup here. That's a pretty decent combo. Can be quite messy quite quickly. Sylvanas Anduin. Hate seeing them together. It's a solid combo, not gonna lie, but yeah, no. So far race I think goes in favor. No, because Muradin has quite a bit of race. I take you wrong. Cue the chat turning into nothing but an argument over whether or not Lunara is useless. Raynor! Not sure I like that ban, honestly. I would have wanted to pick it up if I was them. Because, I mean, they already have sustain, so trying to get a nice sustain like... yeah, because now Raynor and Greymane are both out, and they have the next pick. They could have gotten either one, honestly. I don't like that move. I think that cost them. I don't know how much it cost them, but I do feel like it cost them. Especially with a Muradin. You want long fights with a Muradin. Can't go double burst, and we're running out of sustained damage dealers. Maybe a Phoenix? Tychus. Tychus Artanis. Okay, yeah, that's a fair amount of... Oh, Draenei Artanis! The Juggler, what are you doing in chat? You're not supposed to be in chat right now! You're not supposed to be watching the stream. I mean, we're in draft, and you have as much information as I do. But you're still not supposed to be watching this stream. I mean, I appreciate the view, but... yeah, no. Oh, the Chromie! The Chromie finally made it through. Not sure I like Chromie with this setup. Diablo's going to mess up her shots quite a bit. Thrall's going to have a solid amount of setup, though, and so is Anduin. I don't know. Maybe? Maybe it can work out. I don't like Diablo with major skill shot heroes like Chromie. I feel like he works better with, like, Jaina or Fea, where they can really... They can throw out, like, an ability, and even though Diablo will knock them out of it immediately, can also flip them right back into it. An Ana pickup. So we're going for a full-blown Ming deletes people and resets comp here. I'm honestly not sure which team I like better. I feel like they have some counter synergy. I feel like they have some synergy. We'll see. But at least the StarCraft Draenei spaceship, and it turned out to be an art skin. What, you thought it would be a mount? Why'd you think it would be a mount? It might have been a mount. Or did you think that Yrel was gonna get a skin? Probably that, honestly. I'm out of water. Luckily, this is our last match, so I don't need more water. Alrighty! On the left side, we have ProBUs with 8-Bit on Muradin, Blue Oyster on Tychus, Arby on Ana, Sage on Artanis, and the Juggler on Li Ming. Yes, that joke was specifically designed to tick you off, pants. On the right side, we have Bancho with Sushi on Sylvanas, Quinal on Chromie. I can't reply because I'm only an observer. Skeeve on Diablo, Bluestein on Anduin, and Ronin on Thrall. StarCraft Yrel skin? I guess it could have worked out. Could have been cool. I don't know. I mean, it's still on the table. This is the Nexus we're talking about. Why does my throat close up on game 3s? I just suddenly couldn't breathe again. Anyway, lots of poking going out. I think... Yeah, Anduin tends to be better at healing through the poke. But both tanks have a butt ton of self-healing. I don't know. Oh, Ronin! Ronin coming down. Try and get an early gank, maybe? Doesn't look like it's going to work out. Looks like Sushi might go down instead. Oh, no! Tychus does go down. Skeeve almost trades, but does look like he manages to get out. But the question is, how much soak are they missing for it? Quinal guessing where he's going, but never mind. Chromie using those time streams. Where'd you... Oh, deep breathing. Okay. So she's definitely going to be trying to follow up all this CC. I'm curious... Oh, no. I still feel like Q would have probably been the better option, but... I guess if you're confident on your ability to hit your deep breathing, it does ramp up pretty quickly. Uh-oh, Quinal losing a little bit of health there. I thought that stun was going to land, but apparently not. Lots of damage going out on Skeeve. He does not really have a whole lot of options to heal right now. His build so far is definitely focused on that mid-fight. 8 HP. Yep. That was definitely close. I was convinced he was going to die there. Quinal losing more than a little bit of health, but not enough to be warrant some fear. Did pick up another deep breathing stack there. I didn't see when it happened. First objective is called. Both teams are going for their camps immediately. Without Artanis, the camp clear is definitely more in favor of Bancho. At least right now. Especially, you went Merc Queen, didn't you? Oh no, you went on Sable Poison. Oh, that applies to Mercs. Okay. I didn't realize that it applied to Mercs. 8-Bit is in a very awkward position here, but does have that jump. Both teams... does look like both teams are trying to race right now, but Artanis is stuck in that top lane facing Thrall right now. And losing to Thrall. Trying to clear that camp as fast as possible. Halftime is blue teams. Question is... oh, Sylvanas gets stunned. That's a lot of race lost there. Still anyone's immortal. But it goes in favor of the red team. So initial race, it does look like is in favor of red team, but that was 96 health left. That means it's neck and neck for the race. Not to mention there's still plenty of talents that need to be pulled into play. Immortal already losing quite a bit of health quite quickly. Not sure they're going to get much more than the front wall here, unless they can pull out a kill. Yeah, no, there's not a whole lot of damage going out anywhere. Skeeve losing a lot of health. Oh, Quinal in a lot of danger. Does get pulled out, though. And the peeling from Skeeve. Yeah, no. Not a whole lot more than the front wall. Kind of what I expected. Bot lane's just a lot of poking and healing. What about the top lane? Sage managed to win the top lane, it looks like. Not a whole lot of health to his name, though. Though he is managing to hearth out. Oh! Fight for the bottom camp. Things may get more interesting in a second. Except for the fact that the camp just reset. And now the team's going for it. Nothing's happening. This is a lot of downtime here. Should probably be talking about talents then. Oh, Quinal. Why is all this aggression going out on Quinal? Like, they aren't getting anything. I don't know if she's in too safe of a position, or if there's just not enough communication, but they keep going aggressive on Quinal and not really getting anything with it. Anyway, it does look like we're going for an auto-attack focused build. Oh! There goes the Anduin. Skeeve dropping very quickly. Reset chain. 8-Bit barely staying alive, but this is a Murden we're talking about. Lots of deep breathing stacks for Quinal, but I don't think they're worth his life. And Tychus goes down instead of Quinal, meaning that this is a 2-1 trade. Yeah, no, a 2-1 trade. Camp does go for the left team. That is unfortunate because this goes the same lane as their Bruiser camp. Which means if it's not answered and the Bruiser camp comes out, that's going to be a lot of damage onto that bottom structure. Blue Immortal is dropping very quickly. Oh, I thought Skeeves was saved from the stun. I guess it was 8-Bit stun, maybe. Anyway, there goes the slowing sands already in play. This is a favorable fight for the right team because of the Chromie's advanced talents. They have 10s, whereas... well, a 10, whereas the other team does not have any 10s. Little bit of race coming out from both teams. Halftime goes in favor of the right team, but Diablo's death goes against the right team. Suddenly can't breathe again. The right Immortal is dropping very quickly here. I don't think they have... yeah, no. Unfortunately, the right team does not have an answer to it. Mind Control does slow them down a little bit. What is Mind Control CD? Oh, it's only 40 seconds. Okay, maybe it's better now. I still like Wailing Arrow. Anyway, all of these ults are about what I expected, except for Mind Control, but we've already seen the Mind Control. Avatar, Drill Laser, Suppression Pulse, yeah. Pretty much everything's what I expected. None of the racers are up here. That's going to be almost a free front wall from this Immortal, meaning that's potentially a fort. There goes the Light Bomb, though, into the backline. Ana dropping very quickly and dies, meaning the Sundering does go to waste. Unfortunately, the Sylvanas is dropping very quickly too. Mind Control onto 8-Bit, keeping him from being able to do much, and he does go down. That is the front wall, but still plenty of opportunity to kill this Immortal and keep things more in their favor. Though there is free soaking going out in the bot lane, Ronan finally arriving to answer it. Fort almost goes in favor of the blue team. This is still very neck and neck. You know, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Mind Control, but I can't deny it has been getting value every time except for one. So, who knows? Maybe it's good now. I don't believe it's good. I don't believe it has the ability to be good, but hey. For me, it'll always be a meme. And something that you use in quick match when you don't trust your tank to set up for you. But like I said, it's working out surprisingly well right now. Does look like Thrall's coming up. They really do seem to like these gank plays up here. Oh, the upgrade for Mind Control is no joke. Upgrade for Mind Control is definitely no joke. Makes it have basically no cooldown, and makes it so the people you Mind Control can't see crap! So all they can do is panic. Lots of poking. I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about this Chromie skin. I've loved this Chromie skin since it came out. Sorry, there's just not a whole lot to talk about. Because it's just a whole bunch of people poking and getting nothing. Okay. Things are definitely about to get interesting, especially with 13s on in favor of the right team. Chromie not going to get any advantage from her trait, but doesn't matter too much. Fight is under the blue Immortal. A bunch of initial stuns coming out. There goes the stop. Deep breathing, Mind Control, and he's dead. Once again, the Mind Control gets value. I am incredibly surprised at how much that Mind Control is getting value. Like, legit. And it'll be up the next time that they need it. I mean, I've seen people use off-meta stuff and it work. ProBUs would tap that. URL. But, I don't know. This is going to be a full health... That would have been a deadly swap. This is going to be a full health Immortal, though. Unless they can get a kill here, it is going to be a very stressful defensive phase. Skeev is dropping very quickly. The pull gets him out. Swap gets him back in. Shove gets him out. Sage dropping very quickly. Light Bomb does go out onto the Bluestein, and Muradin does drop, followed immediately by Sage. Skeev barely stays alive. That's 2 less people for nothing to defend a full health Immortal in this bot lane. That's pretty much a guaranteed keep. Like, I don't see how they don't get a keep here, honestly. Even with a minor miracle, I don't see how it happens. I guess the Immortal's moving a little slower than I thought. And they don't have a ton of siege. They might be able to save the keep. It'd be tough. It would definitely be tough. Immortal at half shields. Not a whole lot of aggression coming out yet. Almost saw a swap from Sage. There's the laser drill to try and buy some time. Sage killing some shields. The shields are finally down, which means the Immortal needs to move up. Ronan at half health. Sushi does go down. That is a lot of their siege gone. The Immortal still has quite a bit of health, though, so they can't chase this favorable fight, not without losing core health. Top fort did go down. It had basically no health to begin with, though. But they are able to save their core health. That is an open bottom lane, though. Trading only for a fort. This is definitely going to get more and more awkward, as now pretty much any teamfight win can potentially lead to a game win in favor of Ban Show. Meaning ProBUs, they favored, is at risk of losing this game if they lose an unlucky teamfight. They've got to somehow equalize this this matchup here, which they are trying to do by eliminating the fort, but they're not really able to, as the enemy team is going to arrive in time. Sucks not seeing E-build from Ming, and having the HP shred from Tycat 4. That's a combo made in heaven. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm always a big fan of teleport build on any map. Missile build can get some value, though. I'm not gonna... Like, Cannoneer missile is, quite nasty. And yeah, no, I don't like In the Rhythm. I've never liked In the Rhythm. I probably never will like In the Rhythm. You got enough you really only need one racer. Thank you, Majesty007, for redeeming 100 points. Go probes. Once again, you're throwing... you're once again throwing currency... Oh, they aren't able to get the tag. But anyway, you're once again throwing currency at cheering for the probes. Feels so bad. Is there a single fan of Bancho in here? A single one. I just want one of you to say. Like, you don't even need to spend resources or anything. Just say that you're a fan. I want to make sure that this is a 100% probe fan stream. Feels so bad for Bancho, especially if they win this. If they win this without a single fan in chat, it's like... does it get more depressing? Blue is going aggressive onto this Immortal, but instead going more aggressive onto the team. Lots of damage going down onto Skeeve, and he does go down. Do not like the auto attack build into Artanis for that specific reason. Run and loses about half health, but pretty much no one on the blue team is going down. 8-bit gets harassed a little bit, but not enough to really mess things up. This is going to be a little over half health Immortal. Remember OGW2. Oh, things might get aggressive here. Does look like we're getting a bit of an invade here. Swap going out onto Skeeve to try and get him off the point, but it's not going to be enough. Instead, the damage is going to be enough. Remember OG? Yeah, I do remember Colonel Pants. I'm not going to trash anyone on my stream, but I do remember. And I do remember that you rooted for Bancho on game 2. Another person redeemed highlighted message, go probes. My word. Hey! One Bancho fan! And it's Colonel Pants! 8-bit killed me once in Among Us Goat Show. Nice. Lots of siege damage coming out here. That stun on Skeeve, not able to be followed up on, but if it could have been, that would have been... That would have been dead. That would have been a hardcore death, and I don't know if they could have defended without him. I honestly don't know if they can defend without Thrall, who does go down. Blue Oyster losing a lot of health here, though. Keep does go down, so does Quinol. That's another reset. Sylvanas losing a lot of health, but is able to get out. This is still a half-health Immortal on the core, with numbers advantage for the left team. It's still anyone's game. Big Light Bomb followed by Big APOC. Definitely still anyone's game. Sylvanas did go down, meaning more resets. Unfortunately, even though that was a darn near perfect play, things do go down, and that is the game for ProBUs. I'm going to see about getting an interview. Alright, I'm ready for an interview. When they are, I'm going to ask ProBUs if they want to have an interview. Yeah, Fatty Ming damage and Fatty Ming resets. Honestly surprised she had enough mana to keep up with that. That was a perfect core defense. Being 2 down like that on the core, that was beautiful. and they still couldn't pull it out. Like, you gotta feel bad. You gotta feel bad for them on that. I'm sorry. Like, that was beyond disgusting to watch. Interview Desta? Who's Desta? I don't know who Desta is. Desta is from Commander King. No, I'm not. He's not on the team. I will interview anyone on the team. Hello!
Hello, how are you?
Doing pretty well. Let me quickly check that you are... Yep, you're coming through on the stream.
Excellent.
So how are you feeling about pulling out a win on the quarterfinals?
Oh boy, elated, anxious, I think are probably the best words for it right now.
I was going to say, unfortunately your next match is not going to be easy in the slightest, #1 seed.
Oh no, we know that we've got a tough road ahead of us. Certainly in Def Web, you know, they really kind of made a name for themselves in their inaugural season here.
Yeah, from what I saw, they are not going to be easy to take out. It's going to take a lot of scouting and a lot of practice, and you only got a week to pull that off.
We only got a week, but you know, we know what our work is cut out for us. You know, we've played them before, so a lot of the scouting's in the books already.
Fair.
We feel, we'll say capable. I think capable is the best word.
Okay.
I think it can be done.
Oh, you know, it can definitely be done. It's just, you are definitely not the favored team.
Well, we'll find out next week.
Thank you very much, Blue Oyster, for the follow. Either way, as nervous as you are to go up against the #1 seed, I'm sure you feel great after that win.
Yeah, Bancho played some phenomenal games here today.
Oh yeah, that game too. That was neck and neck up until they found their rhythm, and you just couldn't pull it out from them.
Yeah, that variant really enabled some phenomenal picks for them, and they chained the CC just really, really well off of it. You know, hitting the wall into the mind control. You know, it kind of gave them everything that they needed to execute a kill.
That actually leads perfectly into my next question. I don't usually see mind control. I was curious how you felt fighting up against a mind control Solanas.
Bullied? Can I say bullied?
You can say bullied.
You know, the Wailing Arrow has been the go-to for so long, just because it literally turns off a team in the middle of a fight. But mind control has been getting so many buffs now. With the cooldown where it's at right now, it's basically available all the time, and it certainly gives Sylvanas that extra follow-up CC. So you know, it was a very CC heavy comp that they did, particularly game 3, but also in game 2, and I think for a number of those engages, that mind control was the difference maker in them being able to secure the kill and someone getting their escape button available. So they made really good use of it.
Okay. It's not so much of a question. Actually, it is a question. How do you feel about the fact that the chat was pretty much exclusively rooting for you, except for game 2?
You know, that's just one of the benefits of our loving pro pals. We have a great community of friends and family who love to show up for us on Discord or on Twitch, watch our streams, cheer us on. We really, really do appreciate them, and are thankful to have them there in our corner for every match.
Okay, I wasn't sure if they were like constant fans or if they just kind of showed up to the stream and just happened to like your name or something, but I'm sure it feels great to have continuous fans that support you throughout your journey.
Yeah, we really truly appreciate it. I haven't seen the numbers myself. I haven't looked at the stream, so there may be a little bit of an extra representation being a playoff match and with everything on the line. But thanks to all of you for showing up and rooting us on.
Solid. Last question comes from chat. Where was it? Oh yeah. What's your favorite Little Debbie snack?
My favorite Little Debbie snack are the hexagons with the white frosting. Yeah, those.
Those are good.
Those are really good. They kind of just melt in your mouth. Very moist.
Yeah. Last question. Any highlight of the match?
I think the top highlight of the match would have to be the final core push on game 3, because of course, the end of that was very much in doubt, and we had given them a pretty strong lead, but we found a couple opportunities to string picks there, particularly just before the Immortal when we caught their formation slightly split. There was some squishies in lane. Able to get some kills there, and then on the push going in, finding a couple storm bolts and having people with just enough buttons to secure the kill in order to get on core. So we knew that that Immortal there was an opportunity for us to win a match, but we definitely had to do a little bit more work finding kills along the way, and fortunately we were able to pull that off.
Then there was that stun chain that just didn't have enough follow-up. That scared me. Like, I didn't see the Sylvanas go down, I just saw the stun chain, and I was like, are they going to get a pick or two? Like, are they going to be able to keep them off the core? Yeah, no, that was scary.
Yeah, it was really scary. Irby came through huge clutch there with his smelling salts. I believe that's the talent, giving us the armor and that APOT combo that we needed in order to live through it. So huge props to Irby for saving our bacon there and saving the match.
Well, with that, only thing left is shoutouts. So, floor is yours.
Huge shout out to Oyster, Sage, Irby, and most especially Juggler, who typically is a sub player for us, but came up for us in a clutch situation this week when schedules were tight. Big shout out to Band Show, who are constantly one of my favorite teams to play at all times. I think they kicked me in the teeth the first 7-8 odd times that we met. Big shout outs to NGS for putting this all together and giving us a place to compete. Big shout out to you, the caster. We always appreciate it. Shout out to the ProBUs cheering us on in chat. Love you guys. And shout out to my lovely wife and sweet little son, who has been napping for 3 hours already.
Solid. Well, it was a pleasure streaming such a close game. Looking at the numbers, I was thinking it wouldn't be as close, but it is a 4-5. And yeah, no, it was definitely an interesting match to cast.
Thank you.
So, good luck in your future playoffs. Maybe I'll see you from the casting table at a later date.
Thank you, and have a lovely night.
You too. So, with that, the interviews are done. The only thing left is to find someone to send you guys to. So thank you all very much for joining me. I will see if there's any other NGS matches going on. I think there's one that's actually starting like any minute. So I'm going to go ahead and send you guys over there, and I will see you all next time. Fare thee well.